Usually when you learn a language, there's this expectation of precision, right?
Yeah.
You learn the word for apple, you point at an apple, and boom, communication happens. But if you step into an American corporate boardroom, well, that precision just vanishes.
Oh, absolutely. It's completely gone.
Right. You need cheat codes to survive. So today we are doing a new deep dive into an internal text strategy deck. It's called TD0067 Technical Discussions. And it really reveals exactly how executives use these harmless sounding metaphors to just mask really cutthroat strategies.
Yeah, it really is its own dialect, honestly. I mean, if you just take the words at face value, you're going to completely miss the actual power plays happening right in front of you.
Wow, yeah.
This deck, it actually isolates 5 specific phrases that map out the entire tactical life cycle of a, high-stakes project.
And it always starts with securing your position, right? Like the deck highlights the phrase bring to the table, and they use this really specific example of an engineer named Belfort.
Oh yeah, Belfort and his planetary reducers.
Exactly. Which, if you're not building heavy machinery, a planetary reducer is basically a highly compact, high-torque gear system. It's, the physical muscle of the machine.
Right, and the strategic use of the phrase here is key. Bringing to the table isn't just about showing up and doing your job. It's about leverage.
Oh, I see. So it's not just contribution, it's power.
Exactly. Belfort isn't just an employee here. He holds the chips in this negotiation because his highly specialized knowledge is the literal engine of the project's success.
But I mean, bringing that kind of massive advantage puts a huge target on your back, doesn't it? Like if a giant competitor steals your idea, that leverage is just gone.
Which is exactly why Belfort's team had to build their TUX prototype, this next-generation hardware model, in complete secrecy. The deck actually calls this operating under the radar.
Under the radar. So like a submarine running deep, you are making massive progress toward the target, but to the enemy on the surface, the water just looks completely still.
That is a great way to put it. A radar sweeps for large, obvious targets, right? So operating under it means you are executing aggressive, market-disrupting plans without triggering any sort of alarm.
You're invisible, but moving at full speed.
Right. But, just like a submarine, staying submerged really takes a toll. Eventually, you do have to interact with the surface, and that brings in outside pressures.
And that's where boundaries come in. To protect the project when dealing with external forces, the deck talks about needing to keep things at arm's length.
Yeah, the scenario they give is holding off an aggressive vendor until the legal team can dissect their contract.
But wait, why say arm's length instead of just, stall them?
Because arm's length implies you are still engaged in a handshake. It's a strategic illusion, really.
Oh, wow. A strategic illusion.
Yeah. You keep the vendor feeling valued and connected, but you physically prevent them from getting close enough to see your core intellectual property or your vulnerabilities.
So that deliberate buffer zone basically buys you the time needed to actually strike back. Which brings up the next phrase. Level the playing field.
Right, where the team integrates AI diagnostics into their hardware to compete against much larger companies.
Well, wait, leveling the playing field sounds incredibly noble. Like, good sportsmanship. Let's be real here. Aren't they just using AI to kneecap a bigger competitor's natural advantage?
Oh, they absolutely are. It has nothing to do with fairness at all.
I knew it.
Yeah, the massive company has the high ground just because of their sheer scale and resources. By injecting AI diagnostics, the smaller team is fundamentally changing the terrain.
So it's not about making yourself bigger, but about changing the terrain itself to make their size irrelevant.
Exactly. Technology here is being used as the ultimate equalizer to just wipe out a disadvantage.
But changing the terrain like that takes a massive amount of hidden effort, and that grueling effort is masked by the final phrase in the deck, which is, burn the midnight oil.
Yeah, the source highlights the R&D team doing this to fix a stubborn vibration sensor issue. It was a critical hardware flaw that could literally shake the whole machine apart.
Which sounds terrifying, but why use that specific phrase?
This is where corporate jargon gets really psychological. Burning the midnight oil sort of romanticizes exhaustion.
Oh, I see. It frames it as a good thing.
Right. Management takes the grueling reality of systemic project delays and a chronic lack of sleep, and they turn it into this noble, heroic tradition.
It softens the blow of working a 16-hour shift to fix a sensor. You aren't suffering from poor timeline planning. You're a dedicated craftsman, burning the oil.
It's the unglamorous truth behind every sleek tech launch. We see the polished products, but the jargon hides the sheer physical sacrifice required to get it over the finish line.
So looking at this entire sequence, from weaponizing your tactical advantage at the table, hiding your prototype under the radar, creating an illusory handshake at arm's length, aggressively flattening the competitor's terrain, and finally romanticizing exhaustion to get the product out the door.
It's a lot. They aren't just phrases.
No, they are the tactical milestones of corporate warfare.
They really map out the complete, often brutal life cycle of innovation.
So next time you sit in a meeting, listen closely to the harmless metaphors being tossed around. What other secret codes are your colleagues using right now to mask intense struggles or hide their true strategies?